Have you ever looked at your life and wondered if it's too late to change? If your story was already written before you had a chance to hold the pen? Maybe you feel like your past is too painful, your name too forgotten, or your future too small to ever make a difference. If you've ever asked, God, is there more for me? Then this story is for you. Tucked quietly in the middle of a long list of names in the Old Testament, in a place most people skim past, is a 2-verse interruption about a man who dared to pray differently. His name was Jabez, and though the Bible says little, it reveals everything we need to know. Because one prayer changed his life forever. Today we'll discover who Jabez was, why his words mattered so much, and how you can pray a life-altering prayer just like he did. So stay with us, because by the end of this video, you won't just know the prayer of Jabez, you'll feel it, you'll understand it, and you'll be ready to pray it with faith. In 1 Chronicles chapter 4, we find one of the longest genealogies in the Bible. Name after name after name. Generations are recorded like footprints in the sand. But then, the flow is broken. The writer pauses almost as if to whisper to the reader, wait, this one is different. Jabez was more honorable than his brothers. His mother had named him Jabez, saying,
I gave birth to him in pain.
1 Chronicles 4:9. That's all the backstory we get, but it's enough to tell us Jabez was born in pain. Not just physical pain, but something deeper. His name, Jabez, literally means sorrow or grief. Can you imagine living your entire life with a name that means pain? Every time someone said his name, they were reminding him of suffering, of tragedy, of something broken at the very beginning. Maybe his birth came after a loss. Maybe his mother was alone. Maybe the circumstances were so heavy that when she held her newborn, she didn't say blessing, she said burden. That was Jabez's beginning. But here's what makes this man remarkable. He didn't let his name define him. He didn't let his past disqualify him. He didn't settle into the sorrow spoken over him. Instead, he went to the only one who could rewrite his identity. He turned to God. This is where Jabez steps out of obscurity into eternity. Jabez cried out to the God of Israel. 1 Chronicles 4:10. Stop right there, he cried out. Not whispered, not politely asked. He poured out his heart, desperate, honest, raw, and this was his prayer. Oh, that you would bless me indeed and enlarge my territory. Let your hand be with me and keep me from harm, so that I will be free from pain. Let's walk through this line by line. Oh, that you would bless me indeed. He doesn't ask for a little. He doesn't shrink back in false humility. He says, bless me, and not just a little, bless me indeed. It's a bold ask, not out of selfishness, but out of a deep desire to live in the fullness of God's goodness. Bless me with purpose. Bless me with provision. Bless me with peace. Bless me with power to live the life you intended. Jabez was asking for more than material things. He was asking to be used, to be fruitful, to be favored by God, and enlarge my territory. Now we might think this means land. And yes, land was symbolic of influence and responsibility in ancient Israel. But what if Jabez was also asking for something more? God, stretch the borders of my life, expand what I can handle, increase my influence. Let my life touch more than just my little corner. This is a prayer of holy ambition. He wasn't asking for fame, he was asking for impact. What if we stopped praying for comfort and started praying for capacity? Let your hand be with me. Here's the humility, here's the heart. Jabez knew he couldn't do any of this on his own. God, if you bless me and if you expand me, I still need you with me every step. This is not a prayer of independence. It's a prayer of dependence. Because what good is blessing without God's presence? His hand means guidance, protection, empowerment, a father walking with his child. Keep me from harm so that I will be free from pain. And finally, Jabez comes full circle. He was born in pain, but he refuses to die in it. He says, God, I don't want my past to haunt me. I don't want generational wounds to follow me. Break the curse. Heal the ache. Let me walk in freedom from what tried to shape me. That's a prayer we can all understand. And then comes the most powerful sentence of all. And God granted his request. That's it. God heard him, God saw him, and God answered. You might be wondering, why did this short, simple prayer move the heart of heaven? It wasn't long, it wasn't fancy, it wasn't even repeated. So what made it different? Let's look at the heart behind it. It was humble. Jabez wasn't making demands. He was pleading. He recognized that he needed God. In a world that tells you to hustle harder, Jabez shows us that surrender is more powerful than striving. It was faith-filled. He truly believed God could change his life, that God wasn't distant, but close, listening, able, and that kind of faith, even the size of a mustard seed, can move mountains. It was kingdom-minded. He wasn't just asking for personal gain. He was asking for God's purpose to flow through his life. Expand my reach, Lord, so I can do more for you. When we ask with that kind of heart, God is eager to respond. So what does the story of Jabez mean for us today? It means that your beginning doesn't determine your end. It means that God is listening to the cries no one else hears. Here are 4 life-changing truths we can take from Jabez. Your past does not define your future. It doesn't matter if you were born in pain, grew up in dysfunction, or carry labels from others that still hurt. God can rewrite your name. He can reframe your identity. He can restore what was broken. You can ask boldly. Don't be afraid to pray big prayers. God is not intimidated by your dreams. He's not offended when you ask for more. In fact, he's a father who loves when his children trust him enough to ask. Impact starts with intimacy. Before Jabez asked for territory, he asked for God's hand. It wasn't about doing more. It was about being with God. You want to do great things? Start by walking closely with him. Short prayers can shake heaven. Jabez's prayer was one sentence, just over 30 words. But it carried surrender, faith, and a heart aligned with heaven. You don't need the perfect words. You just need a sincere heart. So now the question is, what if you prayed like Jabez? What if you stopped accepting the pain of your past and started asking God for something more? Bless me indeed. Expand my territory. Be with me. Keep me from harm. Free me from pain. That's not just a prayer for Jabez. That's a prayer for you, right now, today. So take a moment, close your eyes, and cry out to God, honestly, boldly, humbly. Let heaven hear your voice, because the same God who answered Jabez is still answering prayers today. Drop a "Bless me, Lord" in the comments if you're ready to pray like Jabez. Share your prayer below. We'd love to believe with you. Like, subscribe, and stay with us for more life-changing Bible stories that awaken your faith. And God granted his request. 1 Chronicles 4:10. Remember, you may have been born in pain, but you do not have to live in it. With God, your story isn't finished. It can be rewritten.